Very good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal Atlantic City pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight is taking us for a short flight, 1 hour 3 minutes, from Amsterdam, Netherlands to Aberdeen, Scotland, United Kingdom, using the PMDG Boeing 737-700 with Ryanair livery. We are using real-world time and real-world weather, airsoft simple traffic tool, GSX. And we're parked here at gate Delta 57, I believe. At the Schiphol Amsterdam Airport, Netherlands. Our PMDG 737-700. Let's hop on in. First get the flight plan through the EFB. There it is. Let's get our departure weather. Wind 280, 12 knots. Let's get this thing powered up. External power is not yet available. Ground power request. Connecting. That's available. Let's turn that on. Logo lights, anti-collision lights. So let's maybe start with the boarding process. Let's first get some lights on around the flight deck.
Boarding requested.
I'm requesting our route, Amsterdam to Aberdeen. Amsterdam 340, Callsign X5, 0 fuel weight, 51, reserves 2.2, block fuel 5.4. So we check the LFP, Callsign X5, 340, 5.4 on the block fuel, 2.2 on the final reserves. Set payload, set fuel, select route.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, both please.
Starting.
Thank you. Right, the flight plan is, I think we can load it in now.
Crew boarding starting.
Right. With the eyebrow windows up here now. I like that. Right. Activate the route and execute. Look at the legs. There you go to departure arrival. Set that all up. So the LSP is telling us. Get the BERGI 5 Victor out of 36 left. 36 left, BERGI 5 Victor. And execute. And then arriving. That's a direct to runway 34. ILS 34, just direct. Array transition, go west, maybe. Doesn't look like it, so we just enter it like this, execute. That's looking good so far. So fuel 5.5, 2.2 cost index. No, the reserve. Cost index I believe was 5. Cost index 5, and then wind 101.036. 101.036. Execute. Takeoff 1 at 52 degrees, giving us 6.34 on the trim. V1 129 of the rotate 130, V2 133. And 1 percentage 86 with a flap 1. So takeoff 1 at 52. Giving us 86.8. Flaps 1. And the trim 6.34, 129, 130, 133, and the runway length remaining was 124. Right, so we did that kind of quick and dirty, but it looks like that is all in. The aircraft just woke up, just found what the GPS woke up, just found its location. And on the flight directors on both sides. Auto thrust can be armed as well. Runway heading might actually be perfect as it is, 001. Three 6 left, 002. Okay. 3. Return on the yaw damper. Let's get the fuel pumps. Let's start up the APU. So we got the fuel on board, I believe, 5.4. Actually, let's leave the door for a bit so we can hear the cabin. So cruising 340. Right, the APU, the EGT is dropping. That will settle around 400 degrees. We can turn on the APU bleed. We'll need that to start our engines, and turn on the APU generator as well. And then we can disconnect the ground power. So first we just disconnect out here. Then we'll request that they disconnect the actual unit below at the nose. Ground operation, ground power release. That's how we're doing with the boarding. 35 out of 124, so it's going slow.
May I see your boarding pass?
No, you may not. Going to set the altitude in the window. Flight level 340. Maybe just press and hold it, Arkady. That's going to be a lot quicker.
Hello.
Look at that. ZNAV, LNAV. They're both armed. Outer thrust armed as well.
Welcome on board.
So the trim was 6.34.
Hello. Welcome on board.
So that's the boarding process going. Welcome aboard.
Hello.
So the middle section here is still quite quiet.
Hello.
So it looks like an interesting weather here in Amsterdam. And some rain clouds, but also some blue sky at the same time. Reminds me a little bit of Minneapolis, United States. So that's our APU that's running for us. So for the taxi, let's get to the flight deck. Our departing runway 36 left, that's this one right here at the beginning. We're parked all the way here at the Delta apron. So we'll get out of here onto Alpha Bravo, take a left turn, and then we take a right turn onto Charlie, and then we cross at Whiskey 5, cross runway 36 center, and this will take us to our holding point,
Welcome on board.
or to our to the beginning of the runway. All right. The departure. Let's have a look at that. So flying the BERGI 5 Victor departure out of 36 left. So that will take us to Levski and then a left turn. So runway heading 002 and left turn at Levski heading 313. At or above 2500 at Alpha Mike 094, 034, and this takes us to BERGI at or above flight level 095. The GPS will just fly this for us, or the autopilot actually I should say. At transition altitude 3000 feet.
Welcome on board.
So let's set up. We got the lights here, got the radio panels as well.
Hello.
Squawking 3121.
May I see your boarding pass?
And on transponder, I will leave it there for now.
Good afternoon.
Before takeoff checklist, flaps, green light, stabilizer trim. We set the trim 6.3. Set it a little bit further, something like that. It's quite analog as you can see. But still really small values are possible, but just very hard to read out, so it's sort of by approximation. We should be good as long as we're in the green there anyway.
This way, please.
And the flaps, we cannot set the flaps quite yet. We don't have the hydraulics for it, I believe.
This way, please.
We can set up parking brake.
Boarding pass, please.
The baggage handlers have finished their job. This looks a little bit painful.
May I see your boarding pass?
So as soon as the boarding is finished, we can request a taxi, push and start, and then taxi to our runway. Up here, I think most is in order.
Hello.
Got the APU bleed on, so that will allow us to start the engine. Got the fuel pumps open. Do not have a beacon on this one, I believe. Alright. That's the electricity warning, we're still running only on APU. So 80 out of 124 passengers.
Good afternoon.
Well, the boarding is almost finished.
Way,
I believe we cannot open the door here in the 737-700. Fortunately, we can just walk straight through that sucker. Hello everybody. So, what's the deal with lawyers? What do you call 100 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean? A good start. Alright. We're all very fucking happy.
please. This way.
So I do another weather check for Amsterdam.
May I see your boarding pass?
Wind 280, 12 knots, so that would actually mean I take off with a crosswind landing. They also have a runway 270.
Hello.
But let's have some fun. That's why I'm here. Few clouds 1800, scatter 2200, 22 degrees, QNH 1012. We do have that. 1012 hectopascal. Sea level. Some of the boarding is still in progress. We can further prepare for the landing. So we're supposed to be landing runway 34.
Good afternoon.
So we go runway 34, approach, that will be this one, ILS, let's put a pin in that one. So the ILS code, India Alpha Bravo Delta 109.9339. So 109.9.
Hello.
Now we got 339 on the course. It's a little bit premature. Usually you would have the airport that you're leaving from, departing from, in case you need to do a return to the airport. But in our case, you know,
Hello.
we're not doing that. So I think the boarding almost completed. 106 out of 124.
Good afternoon.
So OKPAL ATF, let's have a look at that. We're still waiting on the passengers to finish boarding. Downey, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Good afternoon.
Glesk, but it's not going to be our transition. We got OKPAL, what was before that? Kolos Bimbo, ROKAN, EVTAR. Yeah, so we do not have a arrival. Actually, we only have a direct to basically to the final approach. So we could at least enter in Downey. Let's do that. OKPAL. I do want to see where it is, and we saw ATF. That is Aberdeen.
Welcome on board.
BOR, I think. No, that's NDB, probably. But it's right there. So, you close here, first Downey, and then ATF. First Downey.
This way.
OKPAL. And then Downey, let's just put that in. Let's also put ATF right there. Boarding completed. Downey. So maybe after OKPAL would be nice if we go, let's see, Downey 357, so 127. Let's do Downey 127. We're going to create a new waypoint out of Downey. So the waypoint, then the direction, 127 degrees. So that's the opposite direction from where we are going, 127. And the length, let's make that 10 nautical miles. So /10. And if I did it correctly, this should create a waypoint. And I would like to see that before Downey and after OKPAL. Let's zoom out one step. And bring it right there. So that's not, that wasn't quite the correct radio there. So this was out of Downey 127. Yeah, that should be. Yeah, I said it wrong. I think 177. Let's do that again. Erase. Downey 177. And I didn't check the length if that was okay. Let's see again. We put that. After OKPAL. It doesn't quite work as well. So 157, 10 miles. Before Downey. Let's looking better. I think we'll keep this. Downey can follow there. Execute. Then after OKPAL, we'll go to Downey, the one that we created, and then on to Downey. That will give us a little bit more room there. Okay, boarding has been completed. We can set the rest of our approach up when we're flying. So, go GSX. Prepare for the pushback and departure. Ground operations. Are all the doors closed? Close all. And remove chocks.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Cool, thank you.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So push back, nose to the right,
Locking gear.
tail to the left. The nose is being lifted, as you can see. Nose to the right, tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake
Commencing
release.
push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright. Engine number 2. We're watching the N2. And then we add the fuel. Okay, engine number 1. Fuel.
Please
Set
set
parking
parking
brake.
brakes.
Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Okay, that's a good engine start. Let's confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Right, auto brake to RTO. Flaps 1. Flaps on in transit. Green light. So before takeoff checklist complete, stabilizer trim the flaps.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Thank you. Verified takeoff speed. 129, rotate 130, P2 133. So show me the bypass pin, thank you. Thank you. Cool. Get out of here. Along with turn off lights, taxi lights. Can turn off the ATM. But quickly let's switch over to main generator. Otherwise you get situations like this with a little blackout. Flight control, and I think I've learned from my previous flights and the yaw dampers. was off. Okay. We do still have BNF and armed. Right, so let's get out of here. Parking brake released. Oh, looks like they're using the opposite runway. Well, that's going to be interesting. Let's have another look at the weather here. Two 99011 knots. So what to do? They're using the other runway for takeoff. I think I was disoriented here, 1 sec. We need to turn left once more. My bad. I thought we were coming out of the G apron, but we're coming out of the Delta apron, and then you have this turn as well. But still, runway 27 would make a little bit more sense, really. But we're doing this now. No, Transava, please wait. We're just accelerating, man. Thank you. So runway 36 left, that's quite a drive. The Amsterdam airport is quite big. So once we're airborne, we'll have a closer look at our arrival. We'll take a right on to Bravo, I think. Then we'll take a left turn there, I believe that's Whiskey 5. Then we'll cross the runway 36 center. And that will just take us right to the beginning of 36 left. So here's our left turn at Whiskey 5, crossing runway 36 center. we're doing ground speed 16 knots, so let's see if we can make that around 30. Looks like there's a dent in the road, a little dip. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like this. They look quite intense. Right, we're getting close to our runway. Let's turn on the landing lights. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. So watch our speed before we take this turn. Alright, let's turn off the packs. A fuel bleed can come off as well. The packs are already off, okay, so we don't have to turn those off. But we'll turn on the strobe lights. V6 left, that's our runway. Okay, let's start the timer. 50% and 1. Stabilize and take off thrust.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
it up. Flaps up. Alright, let's turn on the autopilot. Because we're starting to drift here to the right. Let's go stand of pressure. Forgot to turn on the TCAS. So I get some anti-ice. Turn on the packs. 12 takeoff checklist. Engine bleed on. Packs to auto. So the engine bleed should be on. Yep, and then the packs to auto. Landing it up and off. That is also off. Flaps up, no lights. Landing after takeoff checklist is complete. On the way to Alpha Mike 034. Compound feet. Landing lights off. Seatbelt sign can be turned off as well. Alright, so we were setting up our approach. We're still climbing obviously, but we can, basically we were almost finished. For ROKAN, let's see, after OKPAL, and after OKPAL we have the new waypoint we created out of Downing. So basically creating a straight line. Alright, so that bit's looking good. Go to the fix page. for runway 34, that is 339 and 159. 7 nautical miles. So 159 the radio, and this was 7 nautical miles. 7 miles at from IABD to 7 miles. There you go. And then 159 at 15. This gives us the extended runway center line. And the ring where the light slope will start to take us down. And then 1 at 15 for extra buffer and situational awareness. So that is it. 2,500 will be the localized light slope intercept. Excuse me. 109.19, 339. 109.19, 339. We have that dialed up already. Airport elevation 215 feet. Transition level 6,000, altitude 6,000 feet. Precision altitude 200 feet radio altitude. Couple descent, 1706. It's in about 30 minutes. As I said, it's a very short flight. And 233 nautical miles. You're expected to arrive at 17:30. In 56 minutes from now. Now 8 minutes to the flight. Expected fuel will be 2.9 with an hour at 4.4. Now to have a look at some of the options PMDG setup. I'm looking for the radio altitude. Window shade, yes, always nice to have them flight tablet, yes. Okay, so this was not here. Displays, yeah, probably it's the ground seats. TRF plus 20 bug. Around the radio altitude dial, I think that's it, so if we turn that off. And instead of we have the dial right here, we should have it down here. I think that's the one that I was looking for. Let's have a look at the flight plan and let's consider at some point our descent. I want to have a look at the registrations. I'm guessing this looks fine. a big leap there from EVTAR to OKPAL in 100.5 nautical miles. We have to lose like, what is it, 28,000 feet or something. But we can turn off the anti-ice again. Top of climb coming up and about 16, 17 miles. So VRF speed currently 127 plus 5. Well, so this number will go down a little bit, which still contributes some fuel for sure. So on the way to Godos. So cool, these Boeing engines, they're flattened on the bottom. Also have double mic. Right, back to the office. Flight level 340, we're in cruise. Got a little bit of a tailwind there. Fuel flow 0.6. If you remember on the previous flights with the 777 we had 3.6 per engine at some point. That's quite a difference with this one. to 174 until the top of descent. So we are aiming for runway 34. Now let's have a look at the weather at our destination. Variable from variable at 6 knots, so it doesn't tell us a whole lot. And that hasn't updated. Okay. QNH 1015, 20 degrees, and broken clouds at 3,200, and overcast at 3,800. That's a 6 knot wind, but from all over it looks like. We are now 17 minutes into the flight. Fuel flow is now almost 1,000 kilograms per engine per hour. And total fuel carrying 3.9. Expected to land with, I believe it was 2.9, yeah. EGPD, 2.9. At 17:29. It's in about 45 minutes. So in about 20 minutes we'll start descending. Turn on some weather if we can. But I'll quickly be stepping off into the galley to get myself a fresh new iced tea. And I'll be back within 2 shakes of a donkey's ear. Alright. 20 minutes to top descent. Let's see if we can find weather like 8 or Aberdeen. No, sorry about. airport elevation 215 feet. We can start setting up a couple of things. So we'll put that on the nearest value, that's 200. So runway 34. And we'll vacate to the left, probably Mike 7, Mike 9, Mike 7. And that is, yeah, that's going to get us to the apron. Warning: moderate severe turbulence and wind shear may be experienced on approaches to all runways when the 1,000 feet wind exceeds 50 knots from the sector 200 through west to 320. All right. I'm scared. So don't think I ever flew to Aberdeen on the simulator before. That 1 minute earlier now, 17:05. So currently the QNH is 1015. I think we can pre-dial it pretty much all the planes. Just super small to read 1015. That's loud. So top of descent coming up in about 120 miles or so. 112. So since we're not flying any kind of arrival, basically set this one extra waypoint, but that's it. Top of descent after EVTAR. So it's pretty much straight in from here to the airport, just a little correction. Alright, let's see if we're still flying. Looks like it, CMD, SMC speed, LNAV, CNAV path, 34,000. So the target altitude for our descent will be 2,500 feet. The glide slope intercept altitude, just double check, 2,500. So let's start by dialing that in. We're a couple of minutes away from the top of descent. 2,500. VLF speed 126, so that will be 131. Stand by 1 second. I think I probably need to switch the batteries on my Xbox 360 control. Right, that's working. Right, top of the descent, 47 miles, 1705, 6 minutes from now. So for some reason the controller keeps blinking at me. So maybe I just threw away a set of good, good batteries. So let's see how she descends and decelerates, hopefully. So very sturdy aircraft indeed. Let's see if there's a weather update. Doesn't look like it. So with no real wind direction, we have variable wind. We have 6 knots, we have a wind speed. And then we saw that at around 1,000 feet, there could be some wind shear. This applies to all the runways. Let's get our descent checklist. Most of it we already done. Pressurization landing altitude, that was 214, so we select 200 feet. Recall, let's check that. Everything okay. Auto brake, we can just go for auto brake 1, it will be fine for this runway. Landing gear VREF and minimums. So we have 109.9 heading 339er. 339er in the course bars or course boxes. Both pilots 109.9, let's just double check. Okay. Now the VREF speed. Let's start by entering 126. So flaps 40. So that's the last 126. We have the minimums, 200 feet radio altitude. And approach briefing's been completed as well. When the approach, the altimeter I believe was 6,000 feet. Transition altitude, 6,000. So almost top of descent. Let me start recording the sky dolly and then I can record the landing video or the landing replay. Like some turbulence there. Do we have descent winds? Forecast. Request. A little bit late. I'm thinking what if they affect maybe the top descent point. It's now 13 miles. Load them up. Top of descent is now empty. Descent forecast oblique. Okay. And now it's 18 miles. It's a little bit later. That's interesting. Let's execute. So here transition level 7,000. Four, 7.5 mile. We're turning out after for OKPAL. That's 5 miles and we'll start our descent. Fuel flow now 0.8. Estimate fuel on landing 2.9, current fuel 3.3. It's figuring we're going to burn another 400 kilograms of fuel. And we'll see probably the fuel flow drop significantly. Engine's probably going to idle when we descend. Retard, descending, so 1706. Drag required, it says. OKPAL 240 knots. Let's keep it like this for a little longer. Let's be a little bit stubborn. Looks like we're a little bit below the profile. Our speed, yes, is a little bit high. But we're well above 10,000 feet, where the restriction is 250 knots. Here it probably says 240. Now the other day I wasn't able to change this, I believe, in the 777. But we can. So let's change them. What happened? Help. Okay. Let's turn on the seatbelt sign. See if there's a new weather report. 1015, 130 with 7 knots. I think that's the opposite runway. Shall we do a tailwind landing? 7 knots. So tailwind landing it is. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. Please return to your seats and make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. We've started our descent. We expect to arrive at Aberdeen in approximately 19 minutes. The local temperature will be 18 degrees centigrade. Will be a nice breeze. And there will be some clouds, but we are expecting a very smooth landing on behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew. Thank you for your attention. So drag required. We still have 50 nautical miles to go, so we're not going to be bothering with the drag quite yet. Our target speed is 244 once we arrive at OKPAL, and that's 50 miles. Current speed 254. I think we can bleed that off quite easily once we get a little bit lower. Maybe best to put on the anti-ice again. So fuel flow decimated, now 0.4 for both engines. Check our TLF speed. 126. Expected fuel still 2.9 or 3.2. So still saying drag required. I'm not going to do it just yet. So basically be making a straight in. Maybe even we could try to keep up OKPAL. So let's be good pilots here. OKPAL 32 miles. Speed's increasing a little bit, we're almost at 260 knots. But we're nice on profile. Just our speed's a little bit high. So 1716, let's see when was the latest weather report, 1650. Okay, so we could maybe get one more. Well, it looks like it's actually the waypoint that we created, the extra waypoint out of down. Looks like that's also showing on the EFD. That's really cool. I just hate the zoom function, unless I'm doing it wrong, but it looks like the increments are like way too big. At speed 260. 14,000 feet, let's get a little bit of drag out. How far out are we? 22. No, we can wait. So 30,000 feet. Right, 10,000 feet coming up. Let's turn on the landing lights. Let's also start the APU. $10 miles. Alright, so let's get the drag out now. Brake, retract. Let's get some speed brakes some more. Let's just go for 244 knots. Control checklist altimeters at 6,000 feet. And then the engine start switches to continuous relight. Speed brake arm, landing gear down, flaps, green light. So let's check our V-speed again, or VRAS. Still 126. Speed brake retract. DME 22.5 nautical miles. Turn on the localizer. Localizer armed. Let's go to local barometric pressure 1015. That's it. Localizer capture. We'll leave the anti-ice on. Get some speed brakes out. Dynamic speed 244, actually now on the way to down, so we should have been at 244. That's our runway. Down the altitude 2,661. see if we can go flaps 1. On the approach. Speed brake retracted. And speed brake armed. So landing checklist. Engine start switches to continuously lights, speed brake armed, landing in the down, flaps, green light. Final check for the VREF speed, still 126. Let's go flaps 2, that would be. Flaps 5. Right, nautical out. Let's also drop the gear. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. All right, turn off lights, taxi lights. Standing by for localizer capture. Localizer capture. Flaps 10. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. Let's go flaps full. VREF speed, final approach speed 131. Squad disconnect the autopilot.
1000. Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue.
$50, $40, $30,
Idle.
20.
Left.
10.
Oh, that was a big stutter there. Right, so touchdown. Welcome to Aberdeen, everybody. Full reverse. I might need some toe braking. Flap prop. Boilers in. So that's funny. Upon touchdown, we got a huge stutter. But here we are, Aberdeen. We did settle down to the right of the center line, and then there was a huge stutter. But I think the stutter was before touching down, so I'll pretty much just touch it out to the right side of the runway anyway. Okay, so where the hell did we go, man? Alright, let's just turn to the right here and then park. That's what I have to do. Working brake set. And here we are. Welcome to Aberdeen, everybody. We have PMDG 737-700. A really cool little airplane. The Ryanair livery, short flight from Amsterdam, Netherlands to Aberdeen, Scotland, the United Kingdom. Alright, man. Thank you very much for checking, everybody. And I will see you all at the next video. Stay funky and keep your loved ones close, man.